What are you doing?
I told her the night before cigarettes was in emergency. I was down to my last box.
Just good seeing.
That's it for her.
But they weren't supposed to be open, so they should have.
That's it for her, as far as I know.
Meeting come to order now, 7 o'clock. Everybody refrain from their cell phone until the meeting is adjourned. We'll have a pledge of allegiance by Mike and a prayer by Jody Sheridan. If we stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, Father, we thank you to be here tonight, Lord. I want to pray for everyone that made it here tonight. I want to pray for town as a whole and that everyone made it through that freeze. Carnival cake. Keep everybody that's sick and all better than prayer. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank y'all. Okay, approve the minutes from January 6, 2024, public meeting. Moved by Kip. Second by Nancy. Any questions? Move question with Ron, Jody. Aye. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike. Aye. Kip.
Aye.
Aye.
Connor.
Yeah.
I have it. I'm gonna get the names right this time, Jenna. Mayor's report, I don't have any. The only thing is, I know I go kind of fast at the meetings and reading also, I'm gonna try to slow it down a little bit. So, just wanna advise us, if I'm going too fast, let me know. I go too fast myself sometimes. Okay, building permits, we don't have any. Occupation license, we don't have any. Project status report, Mr. Faison.
Okay, the North Sewer Treatment Plant upgrades, we still got one final payment to make on that one. So that should be in, not next week, the second meeting in February. So phase 7, construction goes on, probably toward the end of February, it'll be finished. So Nancy, if you want to take a ride out there, just let me know and you can go take a ride out there.
Took a ride with Drake a couple of weeks ago before the storm. He kind of showed me what was going on out there, so yeah.
Okay.
Good, thank you, Nancy.
Greg's probably better than me to do that anyway. So yeah, the pumps are just about in. The pumps are in, so they're fabricating the platform. That's what they're doing right now. The mitigation project, the seawall, South Central Planning is still working with Delta Regional Authority to to get a grant for that project. The FMA grant, we have started working on the engineering for those 4 projects. We turned in the Dorset one, we emailed it last week, I turned in the plans.
Maybe we'll put them down. Excuse me. Sorry. Not that it's more important than you, but. Sure. Thank
It's a
you.
standard.
Thank you.
There's the love of God.
I know. We turned in the Dorset one, the Oak Ridge will be in probably at the end of this week. Jefferson's gonna be a while, we're having some problems with the surveys on that one. And then we're working, there's a 4th one on there, which is Lormont Del C. We're coordinating that with the Capital Outlay. I'm working on a right-of-way map for the Ormond pump station.
I got a question. I mean, a few months ago, correct me if I'm wrong, we were pretty close to having that completed. What thing?
Well, we gotta get a DOTD permit
For the pump.
for the pump, and that's done, and we're working on that. And the servitude, where to put the pump
Okay,
station.
fine. Might be all right. We all right from there.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'll get together with, I guess, Mike, right now I've got it on Devon's, the new piece of property that Devon owns, bought. So we want it on that one, or we can flip it over to the other one, or we can kind of straddle it between the 2.
It was Mike and,
I'll send you the layout, I should have that
Yeah, really.
tomorrow, Friday as well. Sewer phase 8, we've got just about all the servitude signatures in line, so we're requesting y'all for authorization to go out with bids. Our first advertisement is scheduled for next Thursday, if y'all are okay with that, taking bids first week in March.
motion made by Kip, second by Connie. Anyone in the audience have any questions? Anyone else have any questions? Now we're rolling. Jody? Aye. Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Connie? Aye, have it. Okay.
Okay, replacement of the sewer lift station behind Williams Road. We expect the pumps to be in toward the end of next week, so they will be able to start digging the hole next week is the plan.
And he actually called the office today to get the ETG account number, so that way he can line up the power.
Capital outlay Armand, LC, we kind of talked about with the previous one. The new capital outlay request was submitted back in October, so sessions should start like April, I think, this year. So toward June, we'll know whether those were approved. The chlorine contact chamber has been built. We need to get together with Sal. Is he doing?
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
Okay. I'll get together with Sal and or Drake to get it prepped, and we can reschedule that for next week.
Okay, keeping that for the email chain.
Okay, correct. Yeah, Kip mentioned that, and I knew Nancy had taken over the sewer, but I forgot to put that email address.
I didn't know you forgot, but you.
Okay. The FEMA preliminary flood maps were received. Tracy and I went to a meeting week before last. We will be trying to schedule a public meeting in the town. They'll have one for the parish in Matthews, but we'll try to set one up. I don't think that needs to have a vote or anything like that.
Public hearing?
Yeah, not really a hearing, just a public meeting to let them know what's going on. An informational type thing, yeah.
We will, though, at that meeting, we did find out we will need to update the ordinance that we have, because it only goes through phase C, and we have to go through E. So I reached out to the FEMA contact today to send me the sample of the ordinance that we need to adopt.
They said they would send that after the meeting, but thanks for reaching out. And once we get that, we'll get together with Jermaine and Laura Price.
That was gonna be my question, so that's gonna be, like, we'll have to do servitude research?
No, it's not servitude research, it's just the floodplain ordinance of what people have to do to meet the FEMA requirements.
Okay,
Just needs to be updated. The last one the town did was think back in the nineties, they said,
Hey.
in the eighties, okay, so.
Okay.
And FEMA's made some changes since then, so we just need to update that.
Some people will be grandfathered in, or?
Oh, yeah, it'll be mostly for new construction,
Right.
but it'll also be, I think it actually is just new
It
construction.
is just
but
new construction.
It might cover how the insurance rates will adjust as well. And sewer phase 9, we applied for funding for phase 2 water sector program. We have not heard from them back.
John, this was the one that I meant to ask, if we had to do servitude research.
For 9, well, we will, if we get that money.
Okay,
And I say, if we get that money, we're gonna get some money for it at some point, we
Okay.
will have to do it.
I just wanna make sure you're not waiting on us. Okay.
No,
Thank you, John.
that might be next month, it might be 5 years from now.
Okay.
Any questions for John? Okay, John, thank you.
Mayor, in the attorney's report, the off-road vehicle legislation, the last update we gave at last meeting at the beginning of January is the same. Bryce has provided the, proposed law change to Joe. Joe can only do 5 non-fiscal bills. He intends that to be one of them. And Joe's just working through the process to make sure that that gets, whenever they go into legislative session, that he can do what needs to be done. Let's see. I have drafted, so the town already, the council has approved the donation, that we would accept the donation of the American Legion Monument that's located on Mr. Sands' property, in the front over there. We have drafted the donation, the mayor signed it, the council authorized him to sign it. Mr. Sands has signed it, and Bryce has arranged for Mr. Willis to sign it tomorrow morning at 9:30. So my secretary is making a special trip to go to Meadow for the 3rd time, and he is gonna sign that, tomorrow morning. So after that, I have been talking to Sal to discuss how we were gonna move it. I understand, I think maybe GIS might be doing some work for us on that, I'm not sure, but,
We'll see who it is, the name is thrown out, is it?
okay, I just,
The contractor, you know what I'm saying, I don't wanna say GIS, because we never talked about it.
okay, well, I just,
There's enough contractors around there, I think, we can help, you know what I'm saying, but we'll just use that GIS name, you know what I'm saying?
I guess, my thought was, is that something, we would be just asking contractors if they would be willing to help us with that, or is that
Exactly.
something we're going out?
Donation.
Yeah, like they would just be donating their time. Okay, and in that agreement, we've, provided some hold harmless language just to make sure that if we damage anything on Mr. Sands' property and removing the American Legion monument, that we would backfill, because I think once we take that cement pillar out, it's gonna leave a little bit of a hole, so Sal said that was not a problem. Sal said we would be able to fill that up, not an issue at all. The only thing that we were concerned about is that it looks a little fragile, so just making sure that when we move it with care,
We'll see what happens, I think we'll do what we want to use.
What about making a rack or something, like a cage?
Like when we say, I saw them moving, it just so happened, it was a Civil War monument, and it was the same type of setup. They sandwiched it, it could have been, I was from Far, it could have been iron, it looked like some Muddy East, and they had 3 or 4 of them, picked it up with a crane, put it on a truck, they rolled out with it.
Keep it all like that.
Yeah, so it's U-bolted to the cement pillar that I think it's standing on.
We're gonna move it all in one piece.
Right, and I talked to Mr. Sands, I wanted to ensure that we weren't just taking the marble slabs off the cement pillar and just relocating the marble slabs. We're taking the whole thing, so he understood that. I've talked to him about that, he is okay with that. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't think we were doing one thing and we really did something else. So everybody's on the same page, and I'll have that signed agreement tomorrow, so. Once I get it, I'll scan it in and send it to y'all, just so that y'all know it's accomplished.
While we're in the subject,
Yeah.
hey, John, can you let us know what kind of foundation you need? Donation.
You've been talking to the GIS people about that, mention my name. But yes, the answer is yes. As far as I'm concerned, my answer is yes.
I'm gonna call him tomorrow. That's a piece of the puzzle, John.
I might give them one too, there, Mayor.
Yeah.
I got a certain name on there, if you follow me, cuz.
There's a lot of good names on there, people that know willing to live, and We'll work it out.
Okay.
It costs us a few dollars, it will, but I'll pitch in, you know.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
And then the last thing on attorney's report on this page is, we sent a letter to the I think it's Board Properties, at 2606 North Alex Plaisance Boulevard, to discuss a potential, nuisance on the property. We've sent it out certified mail. I think last week kind of threw us a little bit for a loop because we weren't in the office, so I don't know. We might have the green card back, we might not. If I don't have the green card back, if there was problems with it at all, I'll contact Michelle and see if anybody in the police department can go and actually serve it when either, the registered agent for that LLC. And, okay, I'm glad this is in my report. Okay, so at last meeting, the council approved Mayor Pro Tem. And so what we did, after meetings, Tracy sits and goes through and makes sure that someone made a motion, then there was a second. Like, it's just a double checking to make sure that we did everything correctly. Last meeting, and listen, Robert's Rule of Order provides about 75 different avenues in which we can appoint and nominate and vote for somebody. So there's no right way to do it, and there's no wrong, well, there are wrong ways to do it, but we didn't do it incorrectly. The only problem was that no one did a second to do nominations. Y'all just offered nominations. There was no second to the motion to nominate anyone. So my suggestion would just be, if the council wants to just adopt what was done at last meeting, my suggestion would be one of the council members do a motion to adopt what was done at last meeting, which was appointing Kip as Mayor Pro Tem. The council voted, and they voted in favor of that. So someone would make a motion to adopt what happened at last meeting, confirming him as Mayor Pro Tem. There would have to be a second, and then the council would vote. I think that's the cleanest way of doing it. I just want to ensure that we did it correctly. Whatever the council decides, I just think that would be the easiest way to do it.
Need a motion, or recommendation?
Okay, with all due respect,
We already voted.
we
Okay,
voted,
we put the nominee, correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't have a motion in a second to approve.
Nobody seconded it, and
Nobody
so it's not.
So we just need
enforceable.
somebody to second.
Second.
Somebody
No,
second.
no, we don't need someone to second it. Someone is gonna have to make a motion to adopt what happened at last meeting. If that is your intention, I'm not telling you what you have to do. If it's your intention to adopt what happened at last meeting, someone needs to make a motion to adopt the council's approval of him as Mayor Pro Tem. Someone's gonna have to second it, and then there will have to be a vote as to whether you wanna make that adoption.
Did someone make a motion?
Someone made a motion to open
A
nominations.
councilman made a motion
To
to
open nominations.
open the nomination?
No one seconded it. And so what I'm saying is there's a number of ways that you can do that, where some people do nominations by roll call, where we say, Jody, who do you want to vote for? You just come up with a name. You can do whoever you want. Y'all could all say somebody different. That's an option as well.
Well, I'll make a motion to nominate that.
Okay. No, but if you want to do that, you can.
That's what I
Someone
want.
would have to second
what I
it,
want
and then
to
they would vote on whether they want Nancy to be, which is fine. I'm just letting you know that's the procedure that has to be followed.
Make a motion to nominate.
The motion made by Jody, nominee.
You have to have a second, right?
Right.
Second, one, second twice, second two times. Okay.
I'll make a motion to nominate Jody.
The motion to nominate Jody. Need a second?
Second.
Second by Jody, okay. Is there any other nomination?
Well,
Wait, okay.
I would prefer if you would just vote on Mr. Jody right now.
Okay, that's fine. All right, well, any further discussions? Okay, we'll go on, Jody.
Aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Skip?
No.
Did you sign? Two, so we got another, we can make another nomination, right? I mean, the other people don't want to nominate.
Yeah, but I think you have a majority at this point.
I'm nominated too.
It's already done. Once you get three votes, the nomination goes.
I have an aye for Jody, an aye for Nancy, an aye for Mike, and Nate and me.
That's a majority.
Three ayes.
Okay, okay.
Right.
No problem.
So it'd be majority.
The majority of it. It doesn't give anybody else another chance.
No, because I think at this point, you would, the position would be filled.
All right.
If I can,
You can?
you gonna keep it this time, brother, or are you gonna give it up?
The only reason to give it up, that's not the mere act that I was working on, I'm trying to see my return. Yo,
Need to come around though.
come every day, come every day. Yeah, I'll be around.
Where we need to vote on it now?
No, I think that the
We all called it
positions,
out, okay, let's move forward.
I got someone like to say. So in the Larson Act, what happens, you have the 5 council or however many council you have, and you should have caught that because it's in the book as far as recommendations. So when you nominate, the council could nominate, but the mayor can't nominate.
Yes, he
What
can.
is that?
Yes, I can.
Yes, he
You
can.
can nominate yourself, but you can't.
It was at the meeting last week, I asked that very question, and he can nominate, he can make a suggestion, he just can't make a motion or a second.
right, and he can't vote. And I'm the lawyer,
And
and
he
I
can't
did
But
catch
the
that.
thing is,
And
you
no,
look at-
Mr. Sharpton, listen to what I'm telling you. The reason it failed last meeting had nothing to do with the mayor making a nomination. Right, so don't come here and act like we don't know what we're doing,
I'm just
okay?
saying, so we
No,
just-
no, you're gonna listen to the rest of
Okay,
what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying.
You talk.
They didn't do a second, and we're gonna cross our Ts and dot our Is because we're gonna ensure that it's following the letter of the law. There is no law that says the mayor can't make a nomination. And so don't act like we didn't catch that, okay? You understand what I'm saying? So I made my recommendation to the mayor and to the council about what needed to be happened, and I'm backed by Mr. Otan. We researched the issue at length. And so if you think that there's a problem, you can take that up with me after, but this is not the place.
And I'm not letting Mr. Mayor kid for anybody. I'm just saying that we looked it up, that's all it was. So-
You looked it up wrong, Cap, because we just went to conference, I asked that very question you asking, you kinda insulting all of us and our attorney right now. I don't care that I lost Mayor Pro Tem, you out of line, Cap.
That's fine. And I was the one that
I asked that very question, he can make a nomination, he can make a suggestion, he just can't make a motion or a second. Someone from the audience could have nominated someone from Mayor Pro Tem, dude.
Well, that doesn't do something.
No, he wasn't with us, bro.
When you have it as a 5 council, and you could nominate yourself.
He's not gonna change his mind, he has his mind made up, he went around town saying I broke the law.
Yeah, Roger on that.
If you have a problem, me breaking the law, come find me, don't go find somebody else.
Yeah, that could be considered collusion,
discussion is over.
influencing what you did, just saying. I mean, it is
No, it's
hearsay,
over.
but it could be considered that.
Point of order.
Yeah, you're reading it wrong.
I mean, like I said, if you got something, come find the mayor, I'm not perfect, but I'm here, I can take the brunt of it if I'm wrong, so we're gonna move forward. Let's go. All right, you finished? We'll move on. Chief of Police?
We bringing it up for the council to consider possible trade-in of the 2023 Ram Charger 1500 pickup truck for a Dodge Durango. None of the police officers want to drive the pickup truck. It's not equipped as a police unit. The only thing that's in it are the lights and the computer stand. So we want to consider trading it in.
With the council. Maybe, can we look at getting a four-wheel drive one, since, you know, we had that split with the four-wheel?
It is a four-wheel drive pickup truck, but it's still a
No,
pickup truck.
the
So
Durango.
we we did talk about that.
If we can get one, it seems like.
Yeah, they're
we
hard
have
to
some
come by.
weapons.
I just had one question myself about it.
Yeah.
We equip this vehicle and everything, and is the equipment?
No.
No, it's not.
They don't have a radar, they don't even have the separation from good guy,
Don't
bad
have
guy.
it doesn't have a cage in it, it doesn't have stickers on it, it has nothing like to show that it is a police
It's
vehicle.
got one sticker and it's a magnet,
It's a regular pickup truck with
a
emergency
6-cylinder
lights on it.
and a 6-cylinder.
Since we're having a discussion on it, and we keep throwing it around the office and all.
Right.
I don't know what we're gonna get on the trade-in for it, probably not what we want. But I would, on recommendations, or just a message, suggestion is put it in Public Works Department. You get rid of the oldest truck out of Public Works Department. Give her the administration car down there, like a police car, to where, right now, she ain't got nothing to work with. She was left with nothing to work with. She's struggling, not struggling, but it's hard to, she's trying to get going, you know. But my recommendation, the administration car, we give it to the police department, it's ready to go, I think that'll put radars in it. And the girls can take one of the fuel trucks, the smallest one, to where they can go to the Meadow. And get the first phase, we're talking about getting another vehicle, you know what I'm saying?
I move to go with them.
And we're getting, I don't know what you wanna do with the white Tahoe, the old one?
That was the next thing I was gonna talk about. We are talking about trying to sell the white Tahoe. I did go into.
Mayor.
No, we didn't put that yet. But
I move to add it to the agenda.
I second.
You wanna finish, but he already,
Yeah, made a motion to accept your recommendation.
Make a
about
motion, take
keeping
my
the truck for the
recommendations,
service
if
truck.
everybody agrees, everybody agrees?
I'll second
Not-
that.
Second by Kip, we'll vote on it, Jordan. Nancy,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Kip, Connie. Okay.
And Mike, the reason it wasn't put on the agenda is because it's still in the shop.
Yeah, it's
We're
okay.
waiting for
It's
it.
okay, but we,
So,
like, we
right.
want you ready to keep our T's and
Yeah.
our
It's
I's.
not in the- Yes.
She gave you a look or something?
So as soon as I get it back, we are gonna, look at
Yeah.
municipal bid and.
Yeah, make a motion, we add the Tahoe to the agenda.
I'll second
Motion
that.
made by Mike, to add to the agenda, second by Kip, ask the audience once, twice, 3 times. All right, we'll go on to Jody.
Aye.
Nancy,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Kip,
Aye.
Connie.
Aye.
All right, have it. Okay, let's discuss it. Because
Sorry.
it's in your department, Michelle. Chief?
So, it's still in the shop. Scott was supposed to call me this afternoon to go pick it up. Evidently, they didn't have time to put it back together. They did take the parts off of it and they were gonna fix it. But we figured that if we were gonna sell it, then we'd be better off with it without paying the labor to fix it. So, as soon as he puts it back together, we'll get it back here. We're gonna put it on municipal bid and see if we can do anything with it. I mean, we probably won't get too much for it, but it's better than.
So-
Better than that.
How many vehicles does you have to get rid of? I'm just questioning.
If we take the Durango, that'll be 4. With the two black, with
It's gonna be sure.
the two black Tahoes, the gray Tahoe, the Durango, and then 5 with the truck, but if we,
Trading.
if we give the truck to maintenance and taking the Durango, then that's 4.
And you can hire follow, you know, follow.
She's still doing it.
We're still in the meeting.
That's a good
That's what I
idea,
wanna
man.
clear-
That
that's what I
truck,
wanna clear up.
that
Yes,
truck's a four-wheel drive, too.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
So it's a good idea to put it in there.
Then we get more value. Do y'all wanna get, no, yeah. White Tahoe is old, you don't have a lot
It's
of
a-
miles, but
2013, I think, 11.
you use as administration car with very little miles. So we just gotta decide, you know, we talked about getting rid of it, you know, selling it, or we need to decide what we do with it.
Yeah, we got one on order, but that's not gonna be till 2026, from what I could understand, right?
I know that we did all what we needed to do, but I can't confirm, and Chief, maybe you can confirm with them, that we had one on order. I don't know. if-
Tracy and I looked in everything and can't find
We're
anything
supposed to have
that
there was
was
supposed to be a
shown.
letter of intent.
Right, so Bryce and I did the letter of intent, we had all of the information that was provided to us, we provided it to the people we needed to provide it to, and I could never confirm, like, I never received anything that said we ordered it.
But I would be on the farmer chief that didn't follow up.
And I'm not saying that, I don't know if he delegated that task to someone who didn't do it, all I know is
That's true, you had a
that.
secretary, I'm
So I'm
sorry.
not sure, I'm not, and
Well,
I'm
the
not,
thing is, before we make a big move on the White Tahoe, after having this discussion, we end up having 5 officers, we can short a vehicle unless you want to share a vehicle. That's a decision the council needs to make, you know what I'm saying?
And then also, when we appointed, I voted too for it, But the thing was how we gonna pay that tip off, if I remember that, in the discussion.
But you can't talk about that too much because it's not work, we'll get, but that's a good point. Right now, if you got all of it, I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna forward the letter of intent that I sent, Mayor, to, the council, and then I'll send it to the chief so that y'all can see, because I think, you know, I mean, if this is coming in 2026, we need to anticipate that
We
that's
were
gonna be
supposed
a
to have it out
purchase.
on,
Yeah, we just are gonna need to, I mean, we need to anticipate that that's a purchase that we are potentially making, if it was put in, you know what I mean?
and if it wasn't presented, you know, we need to look through the motion and see if it shows up override.
So I have a motion and a second to add this, the item to the agenda, but I do not have a motion and a second to do it, this could be done at the right time.
Right.
Correct.
Right,
Well,
you added it to the agenda, but you did not, and the letter of intent, it was a rear wheel drive, it was not a four-wheel drive. Just letting you know.
And then I'll move the what?
Moved by Kip, second by Jody.
So like in gov.com.
Yes, ma'am, like we saw the other bill. Is there any other questions you brought up? Is there other question? We'll go on. Jody?
Aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Connie?
Aye.
Have it. Now, this is a suggestion there, we bought some in the past on, from surplus in Baton Rouge, so we might want to look at that, Casey.
That's a good idea.
Buy us a year or two, you know.
As long as they don't come from ground out, they come over up.
Yeah, we don't want them to grab out.
Well, we bought some, I mean, we administration bought one time, and we kept it for 12 years. And all we paid nothing for it. It's just an option, if you don't mind. Okay, let's move forward.
The stats for the month, we had 1 DWIRS, 6 other arrests, 65 calls for service, 21 citations totaling 33 violations.
We should have that to the agenda.
Right.
Okay, need a motion to add to the agenda.
I'll move.
Moved by
Sheree, you
Mark,
gotta look a little
Oh, I
harder.
didn't catch that.
Second that.
second by Nancy, audience once, audience twice, audience 3 times. All right, we need a motion to accept, you good. We'll vote on it. Jody? Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Connie?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
You could just keep that on the agenda for the chief.
For the-
I think
Yeah.
every-
Do every month.
Sure, we have a lot of motion and,
Need to add something else.
Look it right there.
That's true.
Oh, we need to add something.
Yes, we do need to add something else.
okay, we'll talk.
What is it?
And you
Uh,
could just give a topic.
What is it?
on
I wanna know what it is.
Yeah, before you bring it up.
The
Yeah.
police officers,
How's that?
police officers.
I
Police
move,
officers?
I move she,
Moved by
Second.
Jody, second by Mike. Audience once, audience twice, audience 3 times. Okay, we'll vote on it. Jody?
aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Connie?
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right, Michelle.
All right, so we were approved to hire 3 new officers. I have one that began the academy, the LaFouche Academy Monday. So both of us are doing the academy right now. He is going to graduate in April. And then the other 2 officers, I have 2 of them that took the psych test and we're waiting results. We should have gotten them by now, but I don't know what the holdup is, so I'm just kind of waiting to see if they pass or not. For the,
Michelle, didn't the one that the young one you hired that did the psych test, didn't he score high or something?
yeah, he scored really well.
One of the men.
That's the one in the post, taking his
Does-
post certification.
That's in the post academy right now.
Okay, so do we have to approve his hire? Okay. What's his name?
Jaylin, Jaylin, Bird, Burt.
So we
So
should
the
make,
council needs to approve the salary, 1550
Per hour,
up to 1750.
once he graduates from the academy.
right,
I move.
which is in the ordinance.
Yes.
All right, moved by Mike, second by Connie. Any further questions? We'll go on to Jody.
Aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Kip,
Aye.
Connie.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Go with Mike.
Show you what I did.
No,
All
I'm
right.
good.
That's all you got, Michelle?
That's it, thank you.
All right, old business hurricane auto repairs, the following project has been obligated and received funds with work to be completed deadline January 31st, 2025. Pumping station behind the wheel completed and the floodgate at the park. Big electrical box at the pumping station. Street signs completed and waiting on caution signs. Lift station completed and sewage plants completed.
They are in town as we speak. They were working on the floodgate at the park when I drove in for the meeting tonight. So they are working on the remaining.
Senior citizen flat bill, 50% rule request, called on 1725. Swimming pool clubhouse, swimming pool bathhouse, building for a possible alternate project, called on 7/25 and was advised it will be addressed at this in the next 2 weeks. The parish request bids in the first quarter for 2025 to repair the asphalt and Ridgewood Boulevard, Crusade Drive and Norman Street. Norman Street was taken care of. I don't know if you want to remove it.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to
I'll
approve.
second the motion.
So who made the motion?
Jody.
Moved by Jordan, second by Nancy. We'll vote on it. Is there other questions? Jordan?
Aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Connie?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Council to introduce traffic clean ordinance to set public hearing. Need a motion?
Move.
Moved by Jordan, second by Nancy. Any questions?
So the ordinance should be in your binders. I sent it to y'all in an email. We've gone through several drafts and revisions. Everybody had, modifications they wanted. We've kind of, I don't know, talked about this a lot. So if you had any, this is the final draft. And so if you were okay with that, then we'll set the public hearing for Mr. Jody. He's the one who's kind of spearheaded pushing this ordinance through, so.
And it will not be able to be the next meeting, unfortunately, because that's Monday.
Right.
Yeah.
So it'll have to be for the
Whenever-
second
whenever-
meeting in February.
Right,
Waited this long.
yeah, right. Traffic calming
To the motion.
We need a vote.
Jordan? Aye. Nancy?
Aye.
Mike? Kip?
Aye.
Connie?
Aye.
Ayes have it. This one's getting old. Energy to trim trees around light poles submitted
Roger on
request
that.
of Cosmo Street, Barrett Street, and reporting business. Still wasn't done.
No.
We'll contact them tomorrow again.
And Tracy, I'll mark them in red, Newport bid, got Mr. Ivins one more. That pole in Miles' yard, I think the tree's holding it up, to be honest. Is
Right.
that bad?
It's getting worse and worse.
They even got like the rail stuff, like the cable lines and all on the bottom. It's like that.
I showed you all the pictures earlier, the cable that goes across the road, it's leaning on the thing, I think it's axle.
Yeah, it is.
All right. The Hurricane Francine project has been moved to obligate totals submitted for reimbursement was $49,458.43, and reimbursement is 75% of the cost expected. Expect $37,093.82. Update from assessor's office on hourly tax, inventory tax, and could cut from taxable if legislative passes. LGAP application 2024-2025 sidewalk repair between Goosehead Street and Burton Street, waiting on award sometime in September of October 25. Accommodation procedure, South Central Planning, Mr. Tom,
Yes, sir.
you have the floor.
Okay, the first property is BC 1063. This property has been condemned, and the council might remember this is a property that the Restore program is considering funding for the demolition and possible reconstruction. I believe the property owners here. CBO does have an update on the property.
All right, this was a follow-up inspection, no changes have been made, so it is my recommendation to proceed with the condemnation.
And the council requested at the last meeting something in writing from the contractor, and that has been placed in all of your lines.
Yeah, I got it. I think you wanted it in 2 weeks, kept got it the next day.
I just wanted to see it, but Cap,
That's good, we got it on paper.
If we're, the council needs to decide what it's gonna do in terms of like, correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but this is the condemnation here. Well, no, it's already been
It's
condemned.
been condemned.
Okay, so did they give a timeline in the?
Yes.
What is the timeline?
For 6 months, tear it down.
Okay, so I
Because
don't
it's a
know.
lengthy paper. But they do have the big ball problems with Christopher thing. They do have it. They do have the money to tear it down and build a new, take it down.
It's a lot of time, it's a long time, 6 months.
My suggestion was potentially to like set it in 3 months from now and ask that someone from Restore come and just make sure that it's still in the plans, you know?
Yeah,
to
I
make
mean,
sure
we need it again.
Nothing
You know what?
changes, it's up to y'all, I just was thinking, you know, in terms of setting it in 3 months and then making sure it's still on plan and
3
then
months is still long.
it's whatever you wanna do, Mayor.
What I'm trying to do here
Absolutely.
is keep our town moving forward by bringing people back, and this lady would like to have it forever.
Absolutely.
Well, we're not opposed to that, but how about the neighbors that live next door to them? They're monitoring right now, trying to put a porch on, and they have the abandoned building next to them, and, you know?
That's
We
just
are
a
coming on
that's a
hurricane
recommendation,
season.
I mean, if the council wants to do something different.
I'm
We
just
are-
saying, you know, it's,
my thing is we coming on hurricane season, and that's a bunch of missiles that could be flying where they were on that house next door to the north.
Why can't we tear it down? I mean,
If we tear
If we tear it down, it will
There's
hurt
more
back.
They won't
land
reimburse
over
you.
our house.
Yeah.
you know, in 6 months, you're going into hurricane season. I mean, that's the wish of the council, but I'm just saying, you know, we've got neighbors that live here too, I know due respect to they don't live in the house, you know what I'm saying? You know, but at the same time,
I mean, yeah, they
it's
built.
abandoned, it's a hazard, and it's wide open. But
Maybe
that's
we-
your choice.
Maybe we can do like Ms. Jerry said, and contact them to see if they can expedite it. Get some-
We talked to them about it. And that's their final answer, is that
Right.
correct?
Yes, sir.
It's up to this council to make their final answer.
I think she has a message.
Who?
Ms. Brandy.
Ms. Brandy, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that, Restore had called me, and I did accept all the letters and stuff like that for them to review. I just never got a phone call from this, whoever you went through.
Yeah, that's the one
And
that
that's
came
what
over
I'm
here.
waiting on, because Restore said once I received that phone call, they would set the date of when they're actually supposed to start doing that. I never got a date. And then it's just, so.
Whatever way we go, I'm gonna call them tomorrow, we can talk to them first.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna make a motion, that we second if y'all want, no matter. We get a monthly out of it.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Kip,
I'll second.
second by Jody. Any further questions? No further questions, go on, Jody. Aye. Nancy?
Aye.
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 Kip?
Aye.
Aye.
February 17th meeting.
That's what I would think.
And who are we wanting the update from, homeowners, or?
Well, I'd like it from Restore or something like that, like ask for the paper trail from Restore to know what's going on, that way, if nothing's happening, we can reassess the situation before hurricane season.
And I'll call them again and tell them what. we-
Well, she owns the building, I think it ought to come from her, from resources, send it to us.
Yeah.
Because if you gotta go back on a legal part, then you gotta go back to her after, right?
Right, so we have the condemnation order issued, the homeowner needs to come back every
She's
month.
the owner.
She's
Yeah.
gonna have to, but I mean,
Yeah.
if, you know, and just making sure that, you know, and I do think it would be Miss Alonso's responsibility to ensure that she has updates from Restore. I understand just making,
I'll make sure you get them.
Mr. Jody is just kind of being helpful, I guess, you know.
I just feel it needs to come to her so we can keep it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know,
And Mr. Jody, you can just provide me maybe tomorrow the contact information of the person that you're talking to.
All right, let's move forward.
All right, next property is BC 1065. This property has been condemned. Bids for demolition are due this date. Our CBO has an update.
This was a follow-up inspection. There have been no changes since the previous inspection, so it is my recommendation to proceed with the condemnation.
All right, this is the council want to proceed.
I move.
Second.
Moved by Kip, second by Nancy. Vote on it, Jody.
Aye.
Nancy. Mike.
Aye.
Kip.
Aye.
Aye. We got two sealed bids here. Let's control, repair, dirt and sand. $55,555.55.
Mayor, what is,
DTV, general contractor.
You said 55?
Mayor, you said it's DTV general contractor? Okay, 55,000.
$55,555.55.
Okay.
Okay.
Like the pause, huh? That your real this on, Greg?
Sorry about that.
It's not your fault, they sealed it like that.
BJA LLC, $7,500.
That's,
Yeah.
BJA. Okay.
Tearing down and removing.
Yes, sir. All right.
So we'll just, someone will have to make a motion to accept the lowest responsible bid. In reviewing the bids, does it seem to be responsive to our requests, like what we've asked them to do?
I'll throw it up, let's see. Let's see what you have. Demolition and remove all debris at 138 Pelican. Demolish and remove all debris and dust and control and replace dirt and sand.
What is that?
That's in our,
That's when you tear it up.
Can I answer some of the questions that people have like that? That bid?
One other question about the bid.
I guess we never had a bid that does control in, that's why I was trying to
It's
ask.
in the contract.
it's in our.
Yeah, I know that, but it
That's
was
why I'd
never
like to
listed.
hand each one of y'all a contract. I got 4 of them. And if somebody can do this contract word for word for $7,000, good luck.
All right,
So the council needs to decide which bid it's going to
take
take.
the lowest bid.
Right.
The which is the council.
I move.
Who's that? Who's that? Mike, you said?
Yes, sir.
Motion by Mike. Second by Connie. All right, we'll vote on it. Joey? Nancy? Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Connie? Aye.
Next property is
Yes. Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Will y'all inspect the job as it's being done when it's finished?
Yeah, we go by and look at it.
Because, like I said, there's dust control that we have to, excuse me for a minute.
Sure, dust control is needed. Come on, we're good. Take your
Yeah, I
time.
get jumpy when I get nervous.
That's fine, me too.
That's all right, just take your break.
dirt, you're looking at about 4 to 5 loads at $600 a load. There's companies down here that's taking debris and it's not going to where it's supposed to. It goes no further than Lockport. They also have in here where we gotta have the water sprinklers and all. If you check with DOT, we have to put berms up and everything else to control the runoff water. And it's all reflected on 1-for-1 with the contract. But if we all gonna enforce of the last council, I had to get rid of 105,000 pounds of cement sent to River Birch landfill because somebody said it was in the contract, which are still out here, and it's not the contract. That was 3 dumpsters.
Well, that
Okay.
needs to be added to the agenda to discuss because.
But still pertaining to this.
Right?
I would suggest it. I don't know if maybe he wants to just maybe during public comment
We'll
or.
wait for public comments for that, Carl.
How's that?
We'll wait for public comments, okay?
And then a meeting.
Okay.
At the end of the meeting, you better.
While we were on the subject, because I was just about to finish.
I ain't forget about it.
All right, you good? Moving on?
Okay.
The council approved.
Yes, sir. Next property is BC 1054. This property has been condemned. The owner has until this date to repair or demolish, and our CBO has an update.
This was a follow-up inspection. More progress was made since the previous inspection. They are clearing out the house and then plan on tearing it down themselves. The owner was present for my inspection.
What's this letter? What's this letter?
Oh, that's when they were looking for her.
Yeah.
Right, there were some people who were owners of this property who were were like absent, we couldn't find them, so there was an ad hoc council. So we're at the, we have a condemnation order already issued on the property, and so the extension was given until today's, well,
But no bid
To
though.
repair or demolish.
right.
So I'm gonna we give them another 30 days if they tear it down.
All right, there's a motion made by
I
Mike,
think.
30 days, second by Jody. Any further questions? All right, we're going to Jody.
Aye.
Nancy.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Kip.
All right.
Donnie.
BC 1033, this property has been condemned. The owner has until this date to repair or demolish, and our CBO has an update.
This was a follow-up inspection. The renovation of the exterior is now complete and no longer in a condemnable state.
I'll move, we remove.
Think everybody
I
move to
second
the
it, I second that.
All right, let's start over. Get a motion.
Move.
Kip. By Kip. Okay. Second by
Nancy.
Nancy. All right. Any questions? No questions? We're going to Jody.
Aye.
Nancy.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Kip.
All right.
Donnie.
I'm not here to thank you, but thank you.
Yeah, done.
All right, move forward.
All right, BC 1036, this property has been condemned, and the owner has until this date to repair or demolish, and our CBO has an update.
This was a follow-up inspection. The renovation work is ongoing and should continue until the building is weather tight and no longer in a condemnable state.
If, up to just inspector, what I saw like some window box in, that's the project isn't good enough.
Yeah, some areas don't even have a top.
Yeah, I kinda noticed that today. Like, I noticed the windows and the box in, are like the major stuff, right?
I move to give them 30 days.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Move by Jody, second, Kip, 30 days, second by Kip. We'll vote on it, Jody. Aye. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Kip.
All right.
Donnie.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
BC 1072, this property has been condemned. Requests for bids have been sent out and are due this date. Our CBO does have an update.
This was a follow-up inspection. There have been no changes since the previous inspection, so it is my recommendation to proceed with the condemnation.
All right.
So guys, the condemnation order's already been issued, and so This is Nicholas Jonker.
Yes.
Okay, and so we have the bids.
All right, we have two bids, see you. Need a motion, you to open them?
Open.
Open, motion made by Kip. Second. Second by Mike. Discussion, Jody?
All right.
Aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Did he say Connie?
You did, but you gotta wait.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Oh.
Connie?
Aye.
Okay, we're gonna open the first one, DTV, general contract. The amount to remove debris, dust control, replace and dirt and sand, $44,444.44. DTV general contractor. 444444.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another seal. Demolish and remove debris at 131 Blueberry Street, $7,000 from BJALLC.
That many feet there?
I move we accept.
Yeah.
I second that.
That one. Need a second. Connie, we'll vote on it, Joe. Nancy.
Aye.
Kip.
Aye.
Connie.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, BC 1071, this property is scheduled for a condemnation hearing. However, we do not have service on this guy yet. And even if we had, would have been postponed from the winter meeting, if you will. Anyway, we got to reschedule that. And I'll get with council and perhaps the chief. We've had great difficulty getting this guy served, and perhaps with the chief's assistance, we might be able to get some personal service on this fellow. He does live in North Louisiana, so we'll be in touch. We will have to reschedule that.
You just let it ride to the next meeting later?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
it
have to
probably
vote
will be
after
the
the
next
motion.
meeting. So what we generally do is when we reschedule 45 days from the date that mayor signs the order to appear. And you cross your fingers.
I didn't know if I had to remove you.
No, sir, you do not.
So y'all never, ever been in contact with this man?
Oh, yeah.
They did some work.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, they've been in contact
Been in
with
contact
us. The
with
problem is that we can't get a condemnation order until we have the service as described by the statute. And so, we don't want to move forward without adequate service because then that opens the town up to liability. So we
Right,
have to
okay.
follow the
Don't do
rules,
that.
even though it's a pain.
Okay.
Okay, the next property, is BC 1068. This property has been condemned. A demolition notice has been sent out with a return date of January 31st, 2025. So there's no action necessary on this agenda item.
But if I put on yesterday, they are working on it. They didn't get good on this,
Yes.
and they got working on it.
We awarded it, and we will get the contract. Okay, we're correct. The guy, I don't know if he's his son-in-law or he's excuse me, conversation. He called and he wants to fix it. Ben was gonna tear it down. Ben said, you better be at the next town meeting. You tell the council what you wanna do. So this guy telling me, send me the building permit, your report to him. I don't know what that's to do, go protect him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Ben give him time to do what he has to do, but I don't, you just give a report on it.
That's all, that's down the street, I saw it. It looked like they started to tear down the back, but then all the equipment going.
Yeah, but his council's ordered to tear it down, I mean.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm coming from with this. Where does that leave us contract wise? I mean, we awarded a contract, are we only looking for a
I'm
contract?
just wondering why that
But I thought
equipment
last
is.
meeting that we said because we awarded the contract,
that the contractor has to go ahead and tear it down.
Well, it looked like he started, but he
No,
pulled,
he went to go.
No, this is up there
The owner was
behind
there,
you.
or somebody was there.
well, look at the back of the house, half of it was torn down.
Well, if we want the contractor to go, chief, you go with him, if that's what the council wants.
If that's what we voted on, and it don't put us in a bind contract wise,
He has until January
31st
thirty-first.
to tear it down.
So,
So that's, yeah, so
Okay?
just wait for the
Yeah,
date.
we had discussed all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait till
Again, you
Monday.
know, we vote on things and, you know, we wanna work with people and we give a contract out and
But what I was saying, the
contract,
the equipment was there, but he pulled the equipment out. He could've-
yeah, but
Because
somebody
somebody
was
was
there.
there.
what's happening is, council making a decision, contractor goes out there, he makes a deal with the contractor, or come with, you know, this and that,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So they're holding off. Contractor shouldn't be involved in
In the decision.
a conversation.
Yeah.
He's going over there to tear down the building.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you agree or I'll be wrong? I mean, yeah, the guy would have fixed it real quick, I guess, but it's going on the money.
easy.
So I'm just sharing the history of it. And need to tear it down, but continue with your last vote.
And he's not here tonight,
Yes, sir. Okay, we tear it down.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
call
mean,
What do we
yeah,
do about
contractor go back.
I'm gonna talk to, I'll talk to Ben if we need to do some sort of a contract extension, or, it was not like Ben didn't complete the contract.
We tried.
I don't know.
It sounded like
he's
Ben
been
was
out
trying to be a
there.
nice guy.
Probably didn't. So, we can do an addendum, just to extend the, if
You
the
know,
council,
we hire him
if
as
the
a
council.
contract, we didn't hire him as a negotiator.
No, I just, I guess my question,
Or a boss.
just to, if we're gonna be under the microscope, would the council, is the council okay with extending the duration of Ben's contract, for
Need a
15
motion
days?
on that?
If we're gonna, if someone's gonna come with a magnifying glass over every, action of the council, then yeah, let's do a motion. to
Roger
extend
that,
it.
about it, and I'll
You
make
have
a
to have it
motion
done by
for
Friday.
extension if if we need to do an extension, I'll make that motion.
I say.
Motion made by Kip,
15 days.
motion made by Kip,
15
need a
days.
second? Second one,
Second.
you second? Second by Jody. Any other questions? We're going on Jody. Nancy? Mike? Kip?
Aye.
No.
Okay.
Connie? Don?
BC 1050, this property has been condemned. Demolition bids are due for February 3rd, 2025, and there's no action necessary on this item. This property is 1066. This property's been condemned. Request for bids have been sent out and with a return date of February 3rd, 2025. And there's no action necessary. BC 1029, this property has been condemned, and I believe there was some debris remaining on the property. Bids did go out, I think, to clean up that debris, but they're not due until February 5th, 2025. February 5th, 2025. But CBO, I asked if he did go just do a drive-by.
Yeah, this was a follow-up. The structure has been torn down, and now all materials have been removed from the site.
So we can remove it. I'll move on that.
A second,
Motion made by
well,
Kip.
can we not remove it, because I have prepared my notice to be heard, so at probably the second meeting in February, I'll have, the homeowner has the right, I need to notify them, they have an opportunity to come to say whether they should be responsible for reimbursing the town, and so don't keep taking off the agenda yet, because I
Okay.
have.
So wait.
And,
So it becomes my responsibility, that one and the Lucas Boulevard property on Dorset Street, that's another one that I needed to stay on the agenda to do my opportunity to be heard.
But I'm already saying my motion.
Okay.
BC 1064, this property has been condemned and demolished with, I believe there's some debris remaining. Request for bids have been sent out for the pickup of debris. request for bids would be February 5th, 2025, February 5th, 25. No action necessary.
This is the same one that I need offered. This is, Charles Anthony Terrebonne and Lucas Bouchard, is that what we're talking about? Okay, that one also, next meeting's an opportunity to be heard. The bid was awarded to Ben completed the demolition on the property, and so now I need to send notice opportunity to be heard to the ad hoc council and Mr. Bouchard, so just to let you know.
I've lost my place. We have just did 1067?
You did 1064.
1067. This property has been condemned. The owner has until February 5th, 2025 to repair or demolish. There's no action necessary. And the final one is BC 1073. This property is scheduled for condemnation, for a condemnation hearing on February 17th, 2025. No action necessary. And Mr. Mayor, that completes our report.
All right, Tom, thank you for using staff.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, we're going to new business. Council consider approving the True and Neptune Parade request from Roland 2, North 4, 2025. Motion.
Move.
Moved by Mike, second by Connie. Any questions? No further questions. We're going to Jody. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike. Aye. Skip.
Aye.
Connie. Aye. Y'all be careful, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
At least it ain't snowing.
Council consider authorizing opening sewage phase 9 checking account for phase 8, funding, okay, I see, for water sector program. I need a motion. Moved by Jody,
I'll second that.
second by Kip. Any further questions? I have a Warren, Jody. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike. Aye. Kip.
Aye.
Connie.
Aye.
Council consider adopting the LA compliance questionnaire for August engagement for government.
I'll move.
Moved by Kip. Second. Second by Jody. Any further questions? If not, we'll go on Jody. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike. Aye. Kip.
Aye.
Connie.
Aye.
Council consider approving the request of the crew to move their parade to Sunday, February 25th, 2025. What time is the parade? Has it been?
1 p.m.
1 p.m.? All right. Okay, the wish of the council. There's a motion.
Move.
Moved by Mike.
That's on the 23rd, right?
Right.
That's not the same day as the LaRose Children's Parade? Same time?
No, one of those road again. We didn't move because Versailles moved to Saturday, and then I didn't find out about the fifth grade on the roof until after we had already announced our meeting.
I second.
Second by Connie. We're on Jody. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Kip.
Aye.
Connie.
Aye.
Any other business brought before the meeting? From the council? We won't get the public comment. Wait, hold on. Yeah, audience comments, okay? You wanna add something to the agenda?
Yes,
Okay.
I'd like to add to the agenda, see if we can move our meetings up to 6 o'clock instead of 7. Accommodate someone.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go on.
Whatever.
Need a motion made by Nancy, second by Jody. Add to the agenda.
Just to add to the agenda.
Audience, yes. Audience once, audience twice, audience 2 times. So go on, Jody. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're not voting on that.
Well, we're just
We're not
discussing,
voting
let's
on it, we
discuss.
just, to add it to our agenda to
Discuss
discuss.
it. Might be-
discussion is,
Okay, okay, that's fine, we're sure it's straight. Yep, fine, we did that, okay. No
No.
discussion? Audience once, audience twice, audience 2 times, okay, discuss. This is discussion.
I mean, Nancy, I've had it brought up to me too, but I'm sorry. I've come to these meetings, pass a towel on me, praise them smell good, and I'm here changing my clothes. 6 o'clock would be pushing, and I'm kidding. I'm sure Mike can agree. I don't have a 9 to 5 gig.
You would want that permanent or just like this time of the year or?
We can discuss our options. It's just
So
a new door.
I think you just wanted to, I think you just wanted to let them know you're bringing it up in the next meeting, is that correct? You
Right,
don't
you'll
wanna
have time to think about it.
You don't wanna have a discussion
Don't
on
wanna have
that,
a
that's
discussion.
correct?
Right.
Right.
We'll have time to think about that. I'm gonna add it to next.
I mean, I get where you, I've had it, asking me too, if it could be earlier. I have, for example, since we're discussing, I have hospital at 5 o'clock, and that's pushing it for me.
Just put in on the agenda. So,
We'll put it on the agenda for next meeting. All right, good?
Fine.
I mean, it needs to be put on the agenda before we discuss.
Yes, I just
Right.
think everybody has an opportunity to think about that, and so.
Okay. All right, we'll
I mean,
move,
Yeah, that's fine.
okay, we'll move to audience comments. Farrell, you good?
Yes, sir. So, I want to apologize.
I already read it.
The first highlight says about the certificate of disposal, that's no big deal. If you go to the next highlighted page, and let me start by saying this, there's 3 government entities, Terrebonne, Lafourche, and the town of Golden Meadow.
You on number 8 right now, Brett?
Uses-
You on 8, right?
I'm
You're
sorry.
talking about 8, right?
Number 8,
Well, I didn't get there just yet.
okay.
You got 3 minutes.
They use the same exact contract, pretty much to the word, okay? We did some work, I was told I wasn't about a contract. I had to go back, get the stuff, bring it back, get rid of it. Long story, don't mind explaining it later. But if we have to go by this contract, word by word, I've highlighted. Number 3, you gotta fill in with adequate dirt. Once the house is removed, we're looking at no less than 4 loads of dirt to make it street level. Number 5, water sprinklers. The moment we gotta put water sprinklers, I gotta go through DEQ. We gotta do pollution control, we gotta do lab tests on the water and everything else. Then when you go to number 8, ordinance governing the disposal of material, debris, rubbish, and trash. I'm trying to remember why I did that one. If you go to number 12, the vacant lot shall be graded and maintained in conformance with established elevation of street. 13, any sewage treatment plant, septic tank, or cesspool must be removed. In the past, we filled it in with the blocks, we put the dirt on it. Now, all 3 entities have turned a blind eye to what I've spoken to so far, okay? They allow us to get away with different things, but if I gotta hold the contract, and I had to go back and spend money, and somebody signs this contract for $7,000, and y'all inspect it, and it's done properly, I'd like to know how. Finishing it up with a couple of more real quick. The certificate of disposal. That's roughly 150 square cubic yards of debris. That's 30 cubic yards at $650 a dumpster. Do the math. You got the dirt now at $600 a load. You got the sand at $600 a load. You got $650 for dumpsters. It's going to take you at least 5 to 6 dumpsters. There is a company that's down here on the bayou. They go no further than Upper Roads to get rid of their debris. It's not going to a landfill. I highly ask, and I think there's one more on the back. Oh, the insurances. Y'all want the insurances, and that's fine. The liability insurance is $1,000 a month. To have my personal vehicle on the property is $1,000 a month. It's $1,000 a month for the third-party coverage, And it's also right at $1,000 for the pollution liability that goes with the water sprinklers. And the work shall be performed in strictly conformative with the contract document. It's in writing. So I highly ask, it's y'all decisions, but if y'all go write a contract and y'all will stick to it with one contractor, I ask that you'll stick to it to all contractors. So either stick to this one or change the contract to back what we had initially, Mr. Mayor, which was basically a one-page, page-and-a-half contract. Simple, go in there, clean it up, get rid of it, make it look pretty, and move on. That's what all three governments have been doing up until I'm asking for it now. I appreciate your time.
All right,
Anybody has any questions?
we'll look into that, Mayor, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you for your comments, any concern. Does anybody else in the audience have anything? If not, we'll give it, yes, ma'am.
I spoke to Kip the last meeting about the lighted sign.
I took on about it, park sign,
Yeah,
I told we started, remember, sign again and again.
if they have any events like in the
Is that
park
what that?
going on, if they have a lighted sign or a sign you can put something to see what's going on. Like they say, the Rotary Club is putting on the trimble. We have people passing through the town, they might stop. If they have some kind of sign, you never know what's going on.
Like the South Lafourche sign, or you can interchange.
Interchange it or a lighted
Electronic.
sign, that would cost more money, a lighted sign.
You know what happened?
Yeah, and then like, if there's.
What?
Right, and like for the Christmas parade, nobody, it wasn't advertised a lot, so if that would be on that sign too, saying when it is, you might know what people doing. You know,
Good suggestion. Thank you. Okay, we got a comment, we'll need a motion to adjourn.